How's it going, everybody? This is Zachimus Prime, aka Zachimus Prime, here with another Transformers review. And today I'm going to be reviewing the Transformers Generations Siege War for Cybertron Siege. Gosh, there's so many subtitles to this latest line. The Siege Micromasters, and this is the Battle Patrol. These are really small guys. These are really tiny guys. And I thought to myself when I saw these, I was like, you know what? I like my tiny Transformers. I think I'm going to get them. And they had all three sets there. The Decepticon jet ones, and then they had the car ones. And I ended up with this one because I was looking at the box art on the back. And most specifically, I was looking at this and I was like, man, that looks an awful lot like a gun. Whereas the airplane guys don't look anything like a sword, really. They just look like a couple airplanes duct taped together. And the car one, it just looked like two cars getting it on, you know? So I'm like, I'm gonna pick this guy up because I think the set looks the best. So I got them, and full disclosure, as soon as I'm done reviewing this, I'm going to put them back in the box and go back to the store and return them. Not because they're bad. They're not bad per se. They're not excellent, you know. And right now with my bills stacking up and I don't have a sponsor or anything like that, I got to save up my money. And I can't afford to buy a mediocre figure, you know. So I'm going to be returning these. But don't let that dissuade you. I think that these, I think that the idea of Micromasters is something, I've loved Micromasters since I was a wee little child. I used to have Micromasters. I used to have quite a few of them. And they were fantastic because, I could stick them in my pocket and I could take them to school, take them someplace when I got bored. And, just little figures that smaller than a Hot Wheels, fits in your pocket and does all sorts. It's a little Transformer. I like them. I still like little Transformers. But anyhow, so let me do a review of these figures and I'll tell you why I think what I think and whatnot. So first we're going to look at Flak. Not Affleck. Just Flak. And, he's a little, he's just a little cute guy here. His head wiggles a little bit, transformation joint. He's got ball joints at his arm, allowing it to move around and go out for tree pose. His leg is on a ball joint, goes forward that much, goes backwards that much, goes out for a full Van Damme, though it is threatening to pop out. Though because of the placement of this, it's not actually going to pop out at that point. No, it pops out right there just fine all the time. He does have a knee joint here that's pinned. It goes ever so slightly more than 90 degrees, like 92 degrees, not a whole bunch. And yeah, he's molded in green plastic and gray plastic. He's got yellow paint apps, or whatever this pale color is, red paint app here, gray for the treads, some more beige here, some black on his feet. And that's all that there is to that. To get him transformed up, we're going to take his head and go all the way back. Then we're going to take this section and fold this all the way forward. These are going to peg in back here somewhere, and then his legs are going to peg in here, and then these are going to bend forward. There's these little tabs protruding from the back of his heels. They're just going to fit into these gaps right here. They're not really slots for that, but they're gaps, and they're designed to hold that, so they'll hold it. And there he is. He looks adorable, actually. He's just super, super stubby and, kind of cute. And he's got this weapon system that's as big as the rest of the tank. It's, like I said, it's kind of adorable. And that's all that there is to that. He's got wheels here, so he will roll, more or less. They're plastic and There's no sort of tread pattern on there, so it's just as likely to slide around as it is to actually roll. But there he is. There you go. You got something right there. So we're going to stick him aside for now. This one right here is Top Shot. And again, same sort of stuff. So his arms are on ball joints here. Yeah, wiggle out in and out just a little bit. He's got all this stuff in the way and all this stuff in the way here, so that really hinders his posability. He does have quite a bit of a backpack on him, but he's also got these incredible heel spurs to help counteract that, which thank you Hasbro for actually recognizing that. I can't even tell you how many times they've like made a figure poorly because they just don't understand how center of mass works. Legs are on a ball joint here, forward, back, out. Of course, you get a little bit of rotation at that. You get a bend here. This one, if you bring his spur, his heel spur out, you can bend it all the way, but that's mostly just for transformation. Without that, you can bend that, a little more than 90 degrees. Still get away with it. So you can be like the running bot. Actually, if you had a way to mount him down, he could do that pretty good, I think. Oh, his ball joints like to come off a lot. Actually, both of these guys do. He also has a waist joint, which is for transformation, but I mean, god damn it, it's a waist joint. I'm gonna take it. He is molded all in brown plastic and gray plastic. So this is a paint app. This is a paint app. This whole thing is molded in brown plastic, and it's painted this beige tan cream color here. Yeah, so let's get him transformed up. He's got a double joint here in his shoulder. You're going to push that all the way up, and then there's a little peg under his armpit that's going to peg into his forearm. You're going to take his legs and you're going to have them together down here, and then you're kind of like try and bend them both at the same time. And then while you're doing that, you're going to like line up these little things. There's like little rail on here, and it's going to kind of like feed into this section here, and then you kind of got to like squish it in there. And that's all that there is to it. He doesn't roll nearly as well because he doesn't really tab together as well. Like, I don't know. Let me clean him up and see if I can get everything perfectly aligned. Oh, that's better, but it's still not great. Jeez. And that's my first issue with it. It's almost like he's got mold degradation, but he's a brand spanking new mold, so that hasn't happened yet. Just he's got issues with, tab tolerances there. The pins in his knees are really tight, so when you're yanking this stuff out, like, you are far more likely to like rip his legs off, even though I wasn't trying to. You're far more likely to rip his legs off than you are to get it untransformed. And I mean, yeah, they're just ball joints and you can just plug them back in, but and I can't really tell offhand if this is made of ABS or POM, but its surface finish makes it look like it's ABS, which is more brittle than POM, and it's not going to wear as well. So, I don't know. Anyhow, for their third mode, for their final act, what you do here is you take his waist, turn it around. There goes his leg again. Turn around 180 degrees. Fold up his knees all the way. And then there's these little tabs that stick out of this rail. And then there's this little, like hardly defined slot in his chest. These are going to stick in there and fit into those slots, hypothetically. It's not really great in execution, but that's how it is in design. Then you're going to take this and you're going to fold this all the way like that. And that's this half right here. Then for this guy here, you're going to go like this and you're going to extend this all the way out. You'll feel his knees click into their full straight out position. Then you're going to take this and you're going to bend this all the way. And then there's this little tab right here. And you're going to pull that out. And then you're going to take this peg is going to fit into that hole here. And then there's two little tabs right here. And those are supposed to go into these little slots right in this forearm. But, you know, newsflash, that doesn't really happen very well. This is not a secure connection whatsoever. So you get this gun, and all too often it just wants to go like that. Like, just wants to be just all droopy. And I'm just like, ah. And I mean, to be perfectly honest, that's the point where I was like, okay, no, that was the final straw for this figure for me, because I was messing with it and like accidentally ripped his legs off like 3 times while transforming it. Pulled one of these rails completely out at least once when I was transforming it, and I was just like, man, this is not the best transformation. I identified that this pin was really tight, but then I get them together and it was just like immediately just goes like dunk, and I was like, like the one reason that I picked this figure, because I'm like, yeah, that gun mode looks more like a gun than the other guy. Then the other guy looks like a gun, or the other guy looks like a sword. And it like doesn't even, yeah. So I was more than a bit bothered by that. Let's get him on a figure, and I'll bring up my second issue, which is, this is not made for a deluxe class figure. Because point number the A, this sits way, here, let me move my camera up just a little bit so we can get. This sits way up above his hand, like way. And that I mean, anybody who is familiar with guns even a little bit understands instinctively that your handle is as close to the barrel as you can possibly manage it, just because that's how guns are designed. That reduces your recoil and makes your gun actually manageable to hold and shoot. Having the handle stuck way away from the barrel like this, like here's the barrel and here's the handle, it's a terrible design for a gun. And intrinsically, we understand this because it looks awful. Just aesthetically, it doesn't look good, you know? So that's the first thing. Second thing is the end of this goes all the way up to his shoulder, so he can't even hold it unless his arm is like more or less straight, because it's just going to clunk into him anytime he wants to move it around. So it's like, and then of course, you know, this thing is going to droop like anybody's business anyway. This was the reason that I picked this thing up, and then it just turned out to be a terrible reason. And I feel a little bit cheated. I still love this figure here. I love this. I'll put this back aside because I'm going to keep that forever. But like this guy, I don't know. I mean, maybe in the near future when I'm a millionaire, I'll pick them up because I'll have the disposable income again, and just like keep them in their separate modes, because they're fine in their separate modes. Like what you get in your separate mode is absolutely what you'd expect out of a really tiny Hasbro figure, like 100%. You know, I don't have any complaint with the little figures in either their robot mode or their vehicle mode at all. Though I do have some issue with how tight this guy's knees are, and everything always wants to pop off. But you know, as figures, I think these figures are fantastic. Their combined mode is terrible and floppy. Their alt modes are great. They're cute, you know. So do not let this review stop you from being a completionist in the Siege line if that is what your ambition is. But if you're just picking them up because you think that they're cute and they'll make a great gun, they are cute, they make a terrible gun. There you have it. Anyhow, this is Actimus Prime. Thank you for watching all the way through. Go ahead and leave a comment, like, subscribe, ring that bell so that you can be always be on top of what my future releases are going to be. And you all have a fantastic day. I'll catch you on the flip side. You rock. See ya. Bye.